Recovery Connections is a lived experience recovery organisation. What we do is provide an opportunity for people who have an aspiration to move into recovery, join a residential rehab or come to our recovery community centre to build up their self-esteem, self-confidence, learn to live without drugs and alcohol within a community of support. Today is a really exciting day for us in Middlesbrough. We are formally making a commitment that Middlesbrough is an inclusive recovery town as part of an international recovery cities network. We've brought together a range of partners from criminal justice, from health and social care, from the voluntary community sector, politicians and employers to learn about what an inclusive recovery city is and what part that they can play.
In order to have a fully integrated, recovery-orientated system of care for people with addiction, you have to have a professional treatment system that's embedded in a wider community of recovery. People may manage to get control of their addiction in treatment, but they really build their recovery when they're out in there living in the community day to day. And so a lived experience recovery organisation is crucial to both organise that, act as a focus, giving people in the wider community hope to overcome negative views and the stigma of addiction, to provide practical support and to help them find new pathways to grow personally, educationally, socially, and all those good things that make life worth living.
The ethos is to make you feel part of something, to know that you're part of a bigger dream, a bigger vision, if you like. But I think it's really key for people who are wanting to get well to know that they are not going through this pain on their own. You know, there's many people who are experiencing this, but when you're in that pain, you can only see it from your own perspective. And one of the things you don't get to see is someone who's been there and got well. And that's what Recovery Connections does. It inspires hope through people that have gone through that journey.
This is about creating a genuinely inclusive city, and that really means trust and engagement. So the trust of citizens for each other and for their institutions, and their willingness to do things together inclusively to build the recovery community and to build connections right across the city.
The business that we are is only as good as the people it employs. When people find headwinds in their lives and they might actually develop an addiction, you don't want to give up on them. What you want to do, you want to give them a hand. You want to help them get onto their path to recovery earlier on. That's good for TSA, it's good for the families, it's good for us as an organisation. It's all intrinsically linked. It's actually a bit of a social ecosystem that we're all part of. And we're not immune to that. And actually, most importantly, I don't want to be immune to that. I actually want to be part of the solution.
You need a really integrated approach. You need partners from treatment centres, you need partners from really recovery organisations, but most of all, you need to reach the people and give the voice to people in recovery.
I didn't wake up one day saying I wanted to be a heroin addict. You know, my environment and certain factors all caused that perfect storm, and that was the outcome. But you know, now I'm over that, and through Recovery Connections and the help and the support, I'm now a productive member of society. Like I said, I'm a good dad, I'm a good son, I'm a good brother. If people see that, it has to reduce the stigma. They have to see me as a person instead of just a drug addict.
Empowered me in a way where I could educate myself with the tools that they give me. People assume I'm just a normal person and I don't have the history that I do. When I then go into the hooks and crooks of where I've been and what I've experienced and the fact that I was homeless, I've been in prison, I've not been a generally nice person because of my addiction, and where I ended up, I can see there's quite a lot of shock in people's faces. But then when I'm also able to explain where I am now and how I got there and the hard work, how that ripple effect then cascades out and has helped my friends, has helped my family. I've been able to help people get into recovery the same way that I've helped, and it's been said many times today, it is infectious.
Finding meaning and purpose in your life and in your work aids kind of well-being and kind of quality of life. And actually that stuff is regenerative and it's restorative, not just for those in recovery, but importantly for the wider community and society, for that town or that city. That it actually, if we can change the culture that's occurring in that locality to adapt and adopt some of these ingredients that we see in the culture of recovery, that would have a healing and regenerative benefit in society as well. And it's recognizing that it takes all of us to be part of the solution and contributing meaningfully and purposefully, working together for the same common goal.
In many ways, Middlesbrough is the template that the rest of the UK can follow. The work of organisations like Recovery Connections is an absolute model for how recovery can grow in a city and how that can be organised and facilitated through an organisation. The way that it's integrated into the local community and the wider connections to the whole of the local area beyond Middlesbrough are just, I mean, they've taken time to build, but they're an incredible thing now they're established, and I think they're an exemplar for the rest of the country to follow.